The Space Needle, symbol of the Emerald City, Seattle. Below this iconic structure, needles are slinging ink at the Seattle Tattoo Convention, the arena of the next tattoo war.
We're ready. We're ready for this contest.
Master Leo Zulueta is going head-to-head against his most talented student, Rory Keating. Rory is ready to apply his training to defeat this legend.
I will crush Leo Zulueta.
When the ink is settled, the people will vote for the artist of their choice. Master or student, who will take home the trophy? Thousands have gathered in Seattle to celebrate and pay homage to what many believe to be the world's most vibrant art form, tattoo.
Thank you very much.
One deeply historic form of tattoo is tribal. And the inventor of this style is Leo Zulueta.
The concept that I came up with, it's basically this style with the long tendrils of lines weaving through.
Tribal is a modernization of the Southern Pacific region's traditional tattoos. Leo brought this black contemporary style to America over 30 years ago.
Leo has introduced tribal to the West. I think Leo's the godfather of tribal.
Leo Zulueta, he's the guy, hands down. Every tattooer who's ever made $1 off of doing a tribal armband owes Leo a drink at least.
For this contest, teacher has challenged his most devout student, Rory, to defeat him with the tattoo style that Leo invented.
I've worked with Rory for about 10 years now. He's been my greatest student and very attentive.
So he's my teacher, he's my buddy. I don't know if I'd call him a father figure. He'd probably get pissed off at me and say I'm not that old.
Well, for many years, I've considered Rory my protege. I feel he's really been the one that will carry on my work.
The rules for this duel of the needle? Render a tribal tattoo that fits and flows with the body.
The body really dictates what the tattoo will eventually turn out to be.
It will take these artists one continuous 5-hour session to complete their tattoos.
I'll finish. I hope I finish it today.
But it took weeks of preparation to get them here. Seven days before the tattoo battle. 2,300 miles east of Seattle is Ann Arbor, Michigan. Home of spiral tattoo and the father of tribal tattoos, Leo Zulueta.
I would describe my style as contemporary tribal.
Leo's tribal inspiration comes from the South Pacific. From Hawaii to Samoa to the Philippines. The black ink on skin art form has been a symbol of history, community, status, and respect.
It's basically a blend of different traditional tattoo cultures that have gone on before us. Celebrating what's come before me by offering what I have now.
What's up?
Oh, hi, Mabby. How you doing?
I'm good.
Leo meets with client and canvas Mabby for the upcoming competition.
I'm going to be Leo's canvas because I have a lot of respect for Leo. He's basically the godfather of tribal tattoo.
Mabby is a longtime client and features some of his best work.
This is Leo's traditional style. He wanted to try something a little new by doing the fade out. He's gonna add on to this piece on the inside. We're gonna do something in here.
What do you think if we did a similar style as this work, where it's shaded from the top and then it goes down to a gradual fade?
I like that. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
Leo's tribal accentuates the body and empowers its wearer.
My name is Jamie Spicer, and Leo Zulueta is my artist. I think women are attracted to tribal tattoos for the simple fact that it mirrors their bodies, their form and their flow, their hourglass shape. Wearing my tattoo, I feel liberated. I feel strong. I feel like, I did that. I can do something. I can do anything.
"2,000 miles from Ann Arbor, San Diego, California. Leo's protege, Rory, arrives to work at Guru Tattoo. Rory took his tribal knowledge and applied it here in Southern California. He prepares for his preliminary meeting with his longtime client and canvas for this upcoming battle.
My name is Nataka Moya Moya. Moya Moya meaning puff of smoke in Japanese.
Nataka's skin is a celebration of Rory's work.
These, I had taken the idea based off of Balinese shadow puppets. I decided to have the female represent water and the male represent fire. Together they balance each other out and form equality. And when you rotate them around and put them together, they create a heart. My upper back design was based off of Vietnamese currency. A friend of mine had just came back from a trip from Vietnam and brought back a bunch of the currency with him. And they had such beautiful, intricate designs on it, very, very close to a lot of tribal artwork. And I took it to Rory, and I had asked him if he could please take this and put it on my back.
How you doing?
Good, I'm here to see what you got for me.
Just look at the money.
From the dongs.
From the Vietnamese dongs, yes. Can't remember which ones they were.
For this competition, Rory is planning a piece for her front collar to complement her back.
So we're keeping with that same theme. We're doing something that's basically across her chest that sort of connects into the whole thing. And it's an all-black design. It's kind of flowing, and it's just taking these little abstract images from the money, and we're adapting that to make it into something that works in the body. I got these mock-ups right here. So that's done, kind of drawn on you to sort of see how it fits. So I took the diamond shape, I redrew it so it's a little more squished this way.
Yeah, that's what I was
It's shorter this way because the more full diamond thing isn't going to fit on your body in that spot. All right, why don't you stand up? So stand in a sort of normal stenciling pose. Draw a little center line on you. Looks like we're setting up for open heart surgery.
Rory uses a stencil to determine placement for this competition tattoo.
Because tribal is not a picture of a thing, it's just a design, and really all it can do is look good on the body. If it's these abstract designs, if they don't fit the body, it's kind of no point in doing them.
Rory tries to ease his pressure about the competition by telling himself it's okay to lose to the master.
It's weird, like if I was going up against somebody else that I didn't really know and stuff, I'd be nervous and be like all competitive style, like, oh, I'm gonna get that guy. But it's Leo, so for one thing, he's my teacher, and I got taught by him because I think he's the man, so it's kind of like this Zen-like state. I have no pressure because I'm not gonna win. He's gonna win because he's the man.
Either way, this is going to be a wonderful competition because Leo's going to put out great work and Rory's going to put out great work, and it's just going to be one big happy family.
Coming up, the student-teacher rivalry intensifies as the competition designs start to take shape. Can Rory compete with the man that taught him everything he knows? Four days until the battle in Seattle. At Spiral, Leo sketches to determine the available space upon his canvas.
The dotted lines on my drawing are existing work, so my piece has to fit, within the confines of said boundaries. So that determines a lot of the shape of my design.
After many tweaks, Leo and Mabby will then agree upon the final design, and hopefully, it will defeat Rory's. Born in the South Pacific, Leo studied and immersed himself in the cultures that surrounded him.
Growing up in Hawaii, I would see a lot of Polynesian culture.
The traditional tattoos of this region inspired Leo to modernize and develop his contemporary tribal style.
My career is based on an awareness of the traditional tribal styles around the world. Basically, a contemporary version of the things that have gone on before me.
Leo's tribal hit the mainland like a tidal wave. At the 1982 Queen Mary Tattoo Convention in Southern California, Leo's designs were an instant success. This event catapulted Leo's tribal into the mainstream. He opened up shop in Los Angeles. Now, everyone wanted Leo's designs upon their bodies.
I tattooed Peter Coyote, Danny Elfman, Jim Jarmusch. I did Dennis Rodman's left hand. I actually tattooed Tommy Lee from Motley Crue. I did his tribal back piece.
Soon, Leo would reconnect with a longtime friend in the tattoo world, photographer Diane Mansfield.
I've known Diane for probably over 20 years now.
Well, for the past 25 plus years, I've been documenting with my camera the tattoo scene.
She was the only photographer that would actually send photos that she had taken of you to you without charging. And we've been together as a couple for about 7 years now.
Leo would relocate to Michigan to be with Diane. Together, they would open Spiral Tattoo.
He decided to move to Ann Arbor rather than me moving to LA.
I'm truly blessed in saying that we have a great relationship. We can work together and not get on our nerves. And yeah, it's been really great.
Back at Guru Tattoo.
Hey, Ron? You out there? Come on back, sir.
Rory races to clear his schedule before the Seattle Tattoo Convention.
Take that shirt off, we'll clean you off. And
My name's Ron Padua. Currently, Rory's doing my back piece now. The piece has something to do a lot with my Filipino heritage, where the water buffalo is really significant in our culture.
And if you look at it, you've got eyes, it's the ears, nose, mouth. But the design of the nose and the way the nostrils are done here, this kind of makes a stylized ling-ling-o, which is another Filipino thing. It's kind of a fertility symbol. All right, here we go.
Tribal tattoos differ from other tattoos. To ink these solid black designs, the needle must make many passes over the skin to ensure the ink fills evenly. It is for this reason that both artist and client must have great endurance while the tattoo is being applied.
People ask me all the time, you know, what's a tattoo feel like? I heard one person telling me they thought it felt like a cat scratch. And I thought that was actually, that's a pretty good description, but the damn cat just keeps scratching you. And if it was a cat, you would have kicked him across the room by now. But you're not allowed to kick him across the room, right? Right? No. Okay.
Ron's skin demonstrates a connection between master and protege.
From here up was all Leo's, and this too was all Leo's from here up. And everything else is down from Rory. Well, I think the compelling thing about tribal tattoos is the history of them. You know, where a lot of the tattoos first started in Samoa, and a lot of my tattoos represent Maori-based, Micronesian, Filipino ones. So it has a lot of history to me from my ethnicity.
People come into the tattoo shop and they say, oh, you know, I have to only get a small tattoo because I have a corporate job and, you know, it's not going to work out. And then I point out that my wife, who's a corporate manager, has got her whole back tattooed in a 3/4 sleeve. And, you
and she keeps getting job offers.
I work for a Fortune 500 company, managing a group of cell phone designers. Not only is my husband a tattoo artist, but I have tattoos myself.
She provides the stability in my life, and my job kind of provides the weird craziness.
Ginny's body is a living canvas for both Leo and Rory's work.
My back is Leo's interpretation of an original design from fishermen in the Isle of Yap.
Ginny's sleeve is an original design from her husband, Rory.
I was not a good customer. I made him go back and do it about 3 times, but I think it came out beautiful. I think Rory's very happy with it too, but every once in a while, when at inappropriate moments, when I think he's looking at me lovingly, I realize, no, he's checking out his own lines and seeing if it's clean.
I think Rory, he's gotten a lot better since the years he's been tattooing me. Taking the styles from what Leo has done, and he's shifted it and made it his own too. So I think Rory's just an amazing artist as well.
So I'm just touching up a couple little light spots, and then we're done for the day.
My back feels like chopped liver.
It looks like it too, jeez. Look at that. You're done.
Yeah, the water buffalo little face, because you can really see it now. Looks good.
Next, the pressure is on as Rory attempts to create a design that will defeat the man who invented tribal. Three days before the tattoo war. Pressure of the oncoming battle weighs heavily upon Leo. He takes a moment to focus and mentally prepare for the competition against Protégé.
I've been skating probably over 40 years since I was a small child in Hawaii. And this is my style of skating, long board, not the short board with the tricks like the kids do.
With regard to Leo's longboard skating, the first time I saw him, I stood there in amazement because he was skating the lines that he draws on people.
Michigan is a really beautiful place, full of nature, and I really enjoy getting outdoors in Michigan. I really enjoy that part.
Leo embraces everything traditional, from longboarding to tribal style to his tattoo shop.
Spiral Tattoo is basically a mom and pop shop. We tried to create a place here where anyone who walks in, from 18 to yesterday was 86, has a place to come in and feel comfortable, talk about tattooing, and relate the tattoo tales.
Spiral Tattoo is an open environment where 3 artists, in addition to Leo, needle ink morning till night. Rev Bev prepares to ink James, a restaurateur.
Pretty much all my tattoos on this arm represent family members and periods in my life that have been very significant.
She inks another memorable period of James's life.
It's a toilet, unisex toilet symbol from Copenhagen in Denmark. And it's actually the same place where my wife and I found out we were not only pregnant, but we got engaged in the same toilet. And I know it sounds crazy, but it was a spur-of-the-moment thing, and so we've been back since, and I took a photograph of it, and that's why I'm gonna get the tattoo.
Across the way, Diane gracefully inks Ty.
I picked up tattooing about 3 years ago. Leo said when we opened the shop, he says, I'm doing my tribal stuff. You guys got to learn how to do everything else. So here we are.
Well, I have a theme going on. It's a set of roses and vinage, so I'm going to have her just finish it up. Roses was a favorite of my mom. She passed away about 10 years ago. So this is the way that I keep her with me all the time.
Well, I think we've got you, girl. Thanks for letting me tattoo you. We're in good health.
Thank you.
Back at Guru Tattoo, Rory is working on the next phase of the competition.
What we're doing on Tasha is something I'd call tribal, but it's not necessarily it's not necessarily matching everybody's exact view of tribal.
Rory will be using artwork on Vietnamese money to inspire his design for the competition.
Some of them are based on natural forms, like this is sort of cloudy shape, and some of them like sort of plant shape. So I've got different layers and components I got to kind of assemble together. There's going to be also some sort of flower design or something in there later. A tattoo is ultimately drawn by hand, the final thing. You're not going to be able to put a straight edge down on somebody's skin and draw a straight line, or jam a compass in the center of her sternum and draw a circle that way. So if I can get a really precise, drafted starting point, it makes my life easier later.
Tribal is usually all black designs that are made to sort of conform to the natural flow of the body and kind of enhance the shape of the body.
Rory Keating learned from the tribal master, Leo Zulueta. But Rory didn't always know he would be a tattoo artist. Raised in Ireland, he was influenced by Celtic art.
While I was over there, of course, I was surrounded by the Celtic knotwork and all the art and stuff like that, which ended up, I didn't realize at the time, it's had an impact both directly and indirectly on what I do. I took drawing class and things like that in college and took various classes here and there, but never got like a full specific art degree. I studied archaeology at Cornell University in New York, which is an Ivy League school. That's something I actually don't advertise much because people think it's weird. People in the tattoo community think it's weird.
University complete, Rory moved to San Diego, where he would meet his wife, Ginny.
We were both doing live theater, working for the Old Globe Theater in San Diego, building sets. And I actually taught him to weld. It was kind of the first kind of bonding experience we had, kind of learning and growing together.
In addition to theater, Rory and Jenny also shared a passion for tattoos.
And so at some point, we've been kind of following Leo's career because we both were planning on getting some tattoos done by him, probably our backs.
While getting their backs tattooed, Leo mentioned he was looking for his next apprentice.
I needed to learn from the man who started. I needed to learn from Leo. I think it was his suggestion. I can't remember. They said, well, why don't I apprentice both of you? And that, one of the happiest days of my life right there.
I took that training and got offered a corporate job, and with Leo's blessing, left the tattoo world and had applied my learning in the corporate world.
To complete his training, Rory had one more test: tattoo his master's leg.
Even then, actually, I didn't feel nervous until I started the tattoo, and I was about 10 minutes into the tattoo, and suddenly it hit me that, oh my God, I'm tattooing the guy who invented this thing.
When Rory tattooed my leg, oh man, I really put him on the hot seat with that, you know? Nobody wants to tattoo the old man.
The tattoo came out all fine, but that moment, nothing's been as terrifying as that.
I kind of look at it sort of like cheesy martial arts movie way. Like, he's my teacher, and it doesn't matter what goes on or where my career goes or whatever. He's always going to be my teacher. I'm always going to be a student.
Up next, Leo squeezes in his final client and demonstrates why he is the master of tribal. Two days before Seattle, Leo sharpens needles and readies his gear for the competition.
Electric tattoo machines is what we use. Invented at the turn of the century, about 100 years ago. Actually, the first one before this was a machine to perforate wallpaper that Thomas Edison invented. And that, in turn, was devised to be the modern-day tattoo machine, which I'm using right now.
Tattoo artists have used modern tattoo machines for decades. Thousands of years ago, ancient tattoo artists used a different device.
This is a tool that you would be using to apply the machine by hand.
Thousands of years before the modern tattoo machine, ancient artists use a wooden handle connected to a sharpened piece of bone to apply these painful tattoos. Making it through the pain and getting tattooed was a journey. It represented a rite of passage. What took days to finish back then can be completed in a matter of hours today.
But basically, the electric tattoo machine would be pushing this up and down and doing the same thing as that, much more rapidly, of course.
In San Diego.
See, I think these two go together, but this one looks just a little bit smaller.
Rory rushes to finish Dale Haven's inner armband, 2 days before the competition.
I'm really excited about the competition that's happening between Leo and Rory. Both of them are such amazing artists, and Leo, I believe, is the master, of tribal tattoos. And fortunately for Rory and for he took him under his wing and mentored him.
What do you think?
Like it?
You feeling that?
Yep. That's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, right up there? Yeah, that's gonna suck. You ready to go?
Yeah. Let's do it.
The inner arm is one of the most painful locations to tattoo on the body.
The farther you get up close to the armpit, the more it hurts. Since it hurts more up there, I'm trying to set it up so that we're gonna fill in the most painful area first and move towards the not quite so painful areas.
This is my tribal dragon.
For this tattoo, the skin is the dragon and the ink outlines the shape.
At the bottom here, there's what Roy coined as modern Polynesian sails. And each sail represents a number of years that I was in the Navy. My wife is active duty Navy. Right now she's serving in the Gulf off the coast of Iraq. As far as what she thinks about my tattoos, as long as I don't go overboard, she's happy. When it comes to the pain part of getting a tattoo, I try not to think about it because I'm not big on needles.
In general, women take tattoo pain better than men do. On average, women do better, which women usually like it when I tell them that. Then they usually turn to their boyfriends and give them a smart look.
The work that I had done today, this inside tribal piece right here is actually 3 sections. I just like the design. Definitely Rory and I won't go to another tattoo artist. If he retires, I retire as far as getting tattoos.
Back in Ann Arbor, Leo inks his final client, Jason, before the tattoo war.
Leo's going to do a tattoo for me all around my waist, to the back as a waistband.
Leo designs on paper, but he draws the tattoo right onto the skin for a perfect fit.
My main way of working is basically freehanding it onto the skin and tattooing it shortly thereafter, after the drawing.
Born in India, Jason's first tattoo was the national symbol of his homeland, the tiger. Jason's first tattoo by Leo was a copy of a presidential medal given to him for serving in the Iraq War. Tattoo artists and clients spend many painstaking hours together, sharing stories under the needle, making bonds that are eternal.
I think most of all, I really love the magic in tattooing, really, and the interaction with people, and that's been the greatest reward all these years, I feel.
Leo just a unique tattoo artist, and I like his work a lot. He's a very cool person. And he takes his time, he doesn't rush everything.
Okay, Jason, I'm gonna wash it down now and have you take a look at it, the completed work.
Feeling better now. One session is done. Looks good.
Good to go.
Coming up, only 1 day left before the tattoo war. Designs are complete, but will the canvases approve?
What do you think?
There's only 1 day left before the tattoo war is unleashed upon Seattle. At Guru Tattoo, Rory's final meeting with his canvas Nataka is about to take place.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, good.
All right.
Afternoon.
It's time to see if his design efforts have paid off.
I made the modifications to get the right size and the proportions that fits like around your collarbone and stuff.
Yeah, cool.
So we'll stencil it on and see if, but this thing's fitting really well. It looks like the bottom point is a little off center.
Okay.
But it's fitting under your collarbone really well. We got the existing tattoo, which ends the spiral like this, and I laid this stencil on. The stencil kind of goes over that, but what'll actually happen is as the new tattoo comes up, it hits the old one and sort of stops. So it gives the effect that this hand is the old tattoo, and it's going to be above the newer tattoo. The spirograph thing is sort of an up in the air thing, but the rest of it's all looking,
Yep.
it's all looking good. This will be cool.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited.
That's a really
I have a great connection with Rory artistically. If Rory were to ever decide to stop tattooing, most likely I would stop.
At Spiral Tattoo, after weeks of planning, Leo is finally ready to present his final competition design to his canvas, Mabby. Will she approve?
Oh, Leo. I like that a lot. I'm really digging the lines in it, too. That's beautiful.
Great. Well, let's have a fit on there. Oh, yeah, that'll be great.
So, how'd you come up with this, Leo?
Well, I want to put a spiral right in the main center part because you thought that would be good. And then I just made an S-curve down to this other spiral because we really need to just fit, for your project, fit this amount of space and not, I thought earlier, down to here. But I think it would be better if we just did this area from here to here.
I show him what I want, the idea of it, and I trust him as an artist. And as we've tattooed over time, I've come to trust him more and more and just let him do his thing because that's what he does best.
What do you think?
I like that idea. I do. I like that it's going to kind of mirror what's already there. And again, it ties it in. I'm really happy with that plan.
Excellent. Well, I'll just have to do a couple more tracings and refine this design and size it a little closer to your arm, and I'll be ready for Seattle.
All right, me too.
Yeah,
Let's
great.
go.
Let's do it.
My thoughts about this competition, I love the idea of having Leo up against someone that he's nurtured and taught throughout this. I think it's a source of pride for him. And I think the idea of seeing someone that he's brought up in the craft kind of surpass him is what everyone wants.
Going up against Rory, that actually was my idea. In all honesty, I hope he wins. It'll show that I've done a great job as a teacher. Rory has been my most dedicated, serious student that I've had these last 26 years, and I'm rooting for him, quite honestly.
One day until the student must confront his teacher. To mentally prepare, Rory looks to the Pacific, a source of inspiration for traditional artists throughout the centuries.
So the tattoo I'm going to be doing for this contest, it's not a small tattoo. If I was doing this in the shop, I'd probably normally do it in 2 sittings. It's doable in 1 sitting, but it's going to be several hours. There's going to be things we have to deal with. This contest I'm going to be in, it's different than, I've certainly never been in any sort of contest like this. You know, this whole idea of 2 tattoo artists kind of going head to head, I've never heard of this before. Going up against Leo, you know, I worked with him, I studied his stuff, and I keep track of what he's doing, so I'm always interested because there's always something to learn. And every time I think I understand, I've pegged his design, he comes up with some new thing. You can still recognize it as still Leo's stuff, but he's gone off and done some new crazy thing. So I'm not sure what this one's going to be exactly.
Coming up, the tattoo battle in Seattle is on.
I'm gonna put the boxing gloves on and go at it with Rory. I'm gonna have a great time.
From my point of view, it's really taking shape.
6th Annual Seattle Tattoo Convention. Thousands are here to see a tattoo war between the father of tribal, Leo Zulueta, and his student, Rory Keating. The rules have been determined by the artists. They will have just 5 hours to complete their masterpieces.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna put the boxing gloves on and go at it with Rory. I'm gonna have a great time.
Will the student surpass the teacher?
Today, I will crush Leo Zulueta. How's that? Today, I will crush Leo Zulueta.
Let the tattoo war begin.
Today, I'm freehand drawing this onto Mabby's arm.
Although he spent countless hours sketching out a killer tattoo, Leo won't rely on a stencil.
I prefer to draw right onto the human body. To me, that's the best way to obtain the best results.
I'm gonna mark up the center line so we can get this all nice and symmetrical. And get that stencil on there. It's gonna take several tries to get this thing to work because symmetrical tattoos just never go on right the first time. Because people aren't symmetrical.
We're ready. We're ready for this contest.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Rock and roll. Here we go.
After dedicating his life to tribal and dedicating days to his design, Leo puts needle to skin. His savage and twisted tribal starts to become one with canvas. Hour 2. Rory is already falling behind.
This can go a little bit higher, not too much higher.
Okay.
Because of his complicated, symmetrical design, the stencil is still not set.
Can I do that? Do the pose again for a second?
Tattoos are forever. Rory will not allow himself to tattoo until the stencil is placed perfectly upon Nataka's body.
It's crooked. I can already see.
Rory may not have enough time.
A symmetrical design on the body, it always has to have so many adjustments. It's really difficult to pull off the project that he's doing. I'm proud of him.
That looks like hell. That didn't work. I can't win till I get the stencil on. So it all comes down to getting the stencil on right. There's no fudging in it yet, so. I don't know what to say.
Meanwhile, the teacher is filling and fading the interior of his contest piece.
I think student versus teacher is great, and I think it also shows that Leo obviously has a lot of respect for his student to want to go up against him.
3 hours remain in the tattoo war.
Finally got the stencil on straight and symmetrical and everything like that.
Rory can finally begin the brutal task of outlining his tattoo.
Now I've got the fun part of doing a tattoo that's comprised 50% of concentric circles, and concentric circles is just about one of the worst things any tattoo artist can deal with. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
A lot of the reason why I picked Mabby to be my contestant for this show, because the work it's different for me. This particular tattoo is going to have shading inside of the lines. It's not going to be solid black tribal like the normal style. So it makes it a little different.
My name is Arch, and I've been getting tattoos since 1973. This is Leo's actual first tattoo. It's a very special piece, an Ebon Borneo tribal piece. It's one of my favorites. Keep America beautiful, get colored.
Only 1 hour left. The master is doing the final fill to Mabby's arm. The protege has almost caught up.
From my point of view, it's really taking shape now, so this is kind of the fun part, polishing it off.
I'm quite enjoying this.
After 4.5 hours, Leo is finished.
I gotta show him who's boss around here.
Wow, Leo. Love this line. So great.
Leo's twisted tribal demonstrates the balance between positive and negative space while complementing the flow of the body. Minutes left. Rory makes his final marks.
We're on the last couple of minutes, just finishing off the last piece of the whole tattoo here. I'd say we're done.
Yay!
We're done. Who's got my beer?
Rory's collar has gone from stencil to skin. He has taken tribal to a whole new level to make it his own. After days of preparation and 5 hours of fierce competition, master and student prepare to take the stage. Producer Hugh Chopper King does the introductions.
Put your hands together for Leo Zulueta. And his incredible canvas, Maddie.
You go, girl.
Who better to go head-to-head with Leo than Rory Keating? And his incredible canvas, Nataka. Well, let the voting begin.
Was absolutely beautiful and it was very distinct. My personal taste ran towards the arm piece though.
It's difficult to choose between one or the other because they're both excellent. They both have a lot of the same quality. I think it comes down to choosing which one hits your heart better.
I voted for Rory Keating. I just like the placement of the tattoo. I like the way it's done. It fits her body really good.
The results are in. The winner of the battle between student and teacher is...
Rory Keating.
Congratulations, Rory. Apprentice under Leo, so really, you know, anything that I'm doing is all from his teaching anyway, so I've always said he's the man, and he still is, so that's just the way it goes. Thank you. Since he won, I mean, it only proves that I did a good job. So I really was behind him the whole time. So I'm really happy. He's the man. Congratulations, Rory. It's been a pleasure. All right. Nice job, Rory. Thanks. Good job.